Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe for more. So Jake Paul has finally announced who his opponent will be after all those flipping teasers. His opponent is Andre August, and this is what he said on Twitter: "Ask and I shall deliver. August has more KOs than me, more wins than me, more experience than me, but I like to gamble. The path to world champ starts here, just straight up boxing." This is what Jake Paul and Nikisa said as to why they're going into this direction. "I'm a professional boxer and I want to be world champion, so I need to pursue the path towards greatness against people who have been boxing their whole life. So far, my entire boxing career has been on pay-per-view, but now it's about more than business. Now I want to build my experience in the ring against seasoned fighters. I'm coming to prove my greatness on Friday, December 15th, live on DAZN for the world to see." Jake's global star power has already made him one of the biggest names in boxing. He's sold more pay-per-views over his first 8 fights than any other boxer ever, and he's one of the few names in the game advocating for women and prospects in the sport. And now he's once again doing what very few of the best and biggest boxers in the world have done in their 9th professional fight, fighting someone with a better record and more experience. Pound for pound, the great Terence Crawford fought a 9-14 opponent in his 9th fight. Canelo Alvarez fought an 0-1 opponent, and Gervonta Davis fought an opponent that had 31 losses. But Terence, Canelo and Gervonta didn't have the world watching. Jake Paul does, and he's once again putting it all on the line on a 10-1 opponent. Thank you to DAZN for working with us to make this event accessible to fans around the world. Paul versus August and Green versus Cruz DAZN, sorry, I know I effed up that name, are going to make an unforgettable fight night for the fans. Another tweet from Jake Paul: "Shut the F up if you're still hating. Boxer true and true, better record than me, more wins than KO by me. More wins by KO than me, same weight." This is KSI's response to his arch nemesis, his op, Jake Paul's new fight. He trying to gas it up. And then this is what Jake Paul said: "This 30-year-old forehead still has my name pinned to his ex profile, trying to gas up his fight against Tommy. I'm your daddy Deen, now and forever, Logan carrying you. I'm doing what my daddy Jake Paul." Sorry, but their little tiffs that they have on social media is kind of funny. It's cringy, but it's funny, you know? It doesn't surprise me that Jake Paul is going down this route, because 2 months ago, I made a video about Jake Paul saying he was going to go down this route, and how the whole trolling of him saying that, "Oh, I'm going to be world champion and this and that," I don't think it's trolling anymore. I genuinely believe that he thinks he can become world champion. I think people need to give Jake Paul credit for going down this professional boxer route, because he doesn't have to fight this guy. He doesn't have to do a non-pay-per-view event. He could go and make another big pay-per-view with Tommy Fury in the rematch, or even Nate Diaz again, and other options as well. But he's chosen to do a non-pay-per-view by fighting someone who has no clout, because he actually wants to go down the path of becoming world champion. Obviously, I don't think he's going to become world champion. But the fact that when he's saying that he wants to become it, he's not just saying it, he's actually trying to do it. Like, I respect him a bit for that. I can't
you essentially need to carry the card and promote it all by yourself.
Yeah, it's interesting, and really the conclusion we're getting to is doing smaller events potentially, and just focusing on the fight and not the business side of it, and not needing it to be some big pay-per-view draw, and just focus on the sport. So that's where my head is right now, and that's what I think we're gonna try to execute.
Another fight that I think is going to happen with one of our influencer boxers, our beloved influencer boxing, Deen the Great. I can't lie, I genuinely think Deen is going to fight this Shakur Stevenson guy. I don't know why I said this Shakur Stevenson guy. I know him. But like, I actually think this fight will happen. See, when Deen the Great was going back and forth with Ryan Garcia, I knew that fight would not happen. Ryan would not fight Deen the Great purely because of clout. Because Deen, yes, he's popping and he's got some clout, but it's nothing compared to the clout that Ryan Garcia has. It doesn't really do anything for Ryan to fight Deen, just because Deen is not really on Ryan's level. So that's why I knew all this talk on Twitter and the back and forths between Deen and Ryan, nothing was going to come off of it, because Ryan's just not going to fight Deen. Not because he's scared or anything, just because there's nothing in it for him. You know, like, Deen's not on his level clout-wise, so he's just not going to do it. But Shakur Stevenson, that's a fight that I think could happen, because Shakur has been doing up chatty patty on interviews talking about Deen the Great, saying that Deen the Great mentioned him. But I follow Deen the Great and I watch Deen the Great a lot, and I have never heard Deen the Great mention him or call him out. But Shakur said he has. Maybe I've missed it. I'll hold my hands up. Maybe I've missed Deen the Great calling Shakur out. But even Deen the Great said that he's never mentioned his name. So I don't know where that came from. But I think Shakur is interested. I feel like I'm saying this guy's name. I'm sorry, I'm British. Like, I can't say his name. It sounds wrong in a British accent, but it is what it is. But I think Shakur is interested in doing a fight with Deen. I think he likes the money that he could potentially get out of it, because I think that would be a good fight. Shakur is more likely to fight Deen than Ryan, because even though Shakur is popping and probably has more clout than Deen, well, not probably, he does, it's like less of a gap. With Ryan's like all the way at the top and Deen is nowhere near there. Whereas with Shakur, like, he ain't that famous to where there's nothing in it to fight Deen. Like, that's more evenly matched clout-wise. So I think that fight could happen. And I think Shakur would do it. I think he would like a little bit of that influencer boxing money. I want that for Deen. I want Deen to fight him. Deen wants to fight professional boxers. He's expressed this since like Misfits 01 or Misfits 02. Like, he's expressed wanting to fight professionals and wanting to go down that route. And I think him fighting Shakur, whether he wins or not, I don't think he'll win, but I think he'll put up a really good fight, will really help him to go down that way and do what he wants to do. Like, Deen wants this, so I hope it happens for him, honestly. Mams Taylor made a very interesting tweet earlier today. He said, "I called it," in response to a tweet that he made, I think this was last week, where he said, "I have the next huge pay-per-view superstar getting ready to debut early next year." I thought he was talking about Double L's, but because Double L's has said he's going to fight in January, which is early next year. But I think he's talking about Hstikky Tokky now. I think he's talking about Hstikky Tokky because he said, "I called it," in reference to this tweet about having the next pay-per-view superstar getting ready to debut in January. Hstikky Tokky has said that he wants to fight and that he's going to fight in January. So it makes sense. I tried to find a video of Hstikky Tokky saying that he's going to fight in January, but I can't find it. But he has said that.
I'm gonna invite you. Well, when's your fight?
Dude, you need to come to our
My fight's on. Well, I was gonna tell him.
It's on the 20th of January.
Dude, listen to me.
Oh, I shouldn't have said that. Fuck.
20th of January?
Oh,
fuck. Chat, what is...
Tell me this before I go live.
Well, check this out. I think you're good. F1 is gonna be in Vegas in January.
And the fact that Mams made this tweet today, when on Twitter, all you can see is this flipping fight. I saw Happy Punch posting the brawl between Hstikky Tokky and Zerka, and even posting up Aiden talking about it. And I'm like, why is Happy Punch posting this? Like, what does Hstikky Tokky and Zerka have to do with influencer boxing? Unless Hstikky Tokky is the one that is going to debut in January. It makes sense to me that that's who Mams is talking about and that he will be fighting on Misfits in January. Because why else are all these people posting? Like, why is Happy Punch posting this? Even Mams, like, commenting on Hstikky Tokky's skills, I guess you could say, in the brawl. Like, what's this got to do with you, mate? Like, why are you commenting on this? Unless he's the big debut pay-per-view star that you're talking about, which I think he is. I could be wrong, obviously. This is just me making assumptions. But I think the next pay-per-view star that Mams is talking about is Hstikky Tokky. Anyways, guys, put in the comments what you guys think. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.